So speaking about high grades, there are a lot of things that's been associated with them that are no longer true. And so in this video, we'll be talking about those things that has been associated with high grades, but are not necessarily needed to achieve a high grade. So let's jump right into it. Number one, that those top students have been ordained from the beginning. Now, that's a very big myth that many people seem to believe, even till now. A lot of people still believe that whenever they see a top student, it's actually from birth, and that is not something that others can easily attain. The fact is, it is not like that. Like, some people still believe that some social group or some race are actually more smarter than others. And there have been a lot of evidence opposing that. A lot of research carried out by people showed that actually anyone from any race can be brilliant. Anyone from any social group can be intelligent. Anyone from any age group can be intelligent. So it is not a matter of age group, it is not a matter of race, it's not a matter of color, it's not a matter of religion, it's not a matter of country. You can actually be brilliant, you can be intelligent, regardless of where you live, where you come from, how old you are. So get this thinking off your mind. Now, having a mindset that your intelligence is fixed is actually a bad idea. It has been proven that it is better to have the mindset that your intelligence is changeable. And this is one of the most important things. No one is ever smarter from birth. No one is gifted from birth. We can all learn to grow our intelligence. We can all learn to grow our learning capacity, to grow our learning ability. So get that thinking off your mind and you'll see how far you can go. That is just a limitation for you. Having that in mind is a big limitation. Getting that thinking off your mind will actually make you soar more than you can ever think you can. You can actually do much more if you take your mind off that. And I must tell you something, that if you start now, if you start working towards a better memory, if you start working towards a better grade, you will be surprised that when you eventually attain that grade, some other people will also start thinking that you were gifted from birth. Have you seen how it works? So get that thinking off your mind, and the result is earth-shaking. Number two myth that people associate with high grades and with top best students is that sleeping is a waste of time. Actually, a lot of people think that sleeping is a waste of time, but it is not true. Results from researches shows that sleeping is actually part of the process of being more productive. If you want to be productive, you have to sleep. Sleeping is one of the best inventions of mankind, and it is high time you start leveraging it. If you still think that sleeping is a waste of time, then it is high time you change that mindset. Because when you sleep, you get more energy. In fact, you can get more ideas. There are scientists who got ideas while they were sleeping. So that place called sleeping is actually an interesting place you should explore. Try sleeping and you see how productive you can actually become. Try sleeping and you see how much more you can do, how much more you can recover. And the last myth associated with high grades is that you need to study for 24 hours. This is absolutely not true. You don't have to study for 24 hours to have high grades. And speaking about this is speaking about working smarter rather than harder. Now picture a person who reads for 15 hours a day and is able to recollect 50% of everything he read. And picture yourself reading for 5 hours and remembering every single bit of what you read. Who do you want to be among them? As for me, I would rather be the person who just reads for 6 hours a day and remembers every single thing he read into detail, rather than being the person who read for 15 hours and who is only able to recollect about 50% of what he read. So this is speaking of working smarter rather than harder. So to achieve high grades, you don't actually have to study for 24 hours. You know, sometimes when we see some top students, they try to tell other students about the efforts they put in. And actually, some top students intentionally do this. They try to scare them by telling them things like, oh, you have to read for 24 hours a day, you should not sleep at all, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. But it's actually not as difficult as that. You just try it. Try reading. You just try it. Try employing the efficient techniques rather than wasting your time on inefficient methods. And speaking about this, I'll still be making further videos about working smarter rather than harder when it comes to your academics and even when it comes to your life generally. So watch out for that. And let's do a quick recap. Number one myth is that the top best students have been ordained from the very beginning. And we have talked about this, that this is not true. You can actually become a top student by cultivating it. Also, having a mindset that your intelligence can grow rather than the fact that your intelligence is fixed is a better way to go about it. And number 2 myth is sleeping is a waste of time. And we've talked about it. Sleeping is actually part of being productive. So if you still have the mindset, change that mindset. And the last myth is that you have to study for 24 hours, which is absolutely not true. You can learn to work smarter with the scientific proven methods that work better rather than just wasting your time. So guys, this is everything for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this. So subscribe to this channel and like this video. Also watch out for more videos on my channel. Thanks, and I'll see you later. Bye.